On to the next set of speeches. So the first one is from the head bridesmaid. There's an old... Sorry guys. So there's an old tradition in weddings that if one of the bride or groom doesn't show, then one of the bridal party steps forward. So Casey, I think you dodged a bullet there today with Katie actually turning up. So great job, and we look forward to Casey Anderson.
I'm really nervous, sorry. There's a lot of people here. I wasn't going to read off this, but I don't think I can actually put a sentence together without reading it from here, so I'm going to have to. Firstly, on behalf of myself and the other bridesmaids, we'd like to thank Katie for choosing us to be a part of this day. It means a lot to us that we can share this special day with her. So thanks, Katie. I think I should start this speech with Caitlin. Caitlin, I've known Caitlin all of my life. She's known me all of my life. For those of you that aren't aware, we're cousins, but I see her much more than this. She's my best friend. Not only this, she's my sister as well. She's always been there to give advice, and is one of the most loyal, beautiful people you'll ever meet. Any of you will ever meet, I can tell you that. And I'm lucky to call her my family, so thanks, Katie. So secondly, I wanted to tell you a little story about Caitlin and Adam. Caitlin and Adam were mates long before, as everyone knows, we've spoken about it a few times tonight, friends a long time ago, a long time before they were lovers.
Got married.
Sorry, Bruce.
Bruce never knew that.
I remember Caitlin being weirdly enthusiastic about organising a dinner with Adam at his house in Echuca when they were mates at Roberts Court, if either you know. So at this stage they were just mates, and she was really excited about it. Adam was oblivious, of course, to her master plan at this stage. He thought that he could not be so lucky. As Katie Lee walked in to Roberts Court, she was sat down in front of the TV. A roast chook and some Safeway salads were placed in front of her. Help yourself, Katie. As she slowly started to dish her own meal up, you can only imagine what was going through her head. This is the man I want to marry. And 6 years later, she's never looked back. These two, we all know it, they're made for each other. And I'm proud to be speaking for both of them at their wedding. I'm probably more excited that I can describe this wedding to their children many years from now. That's probably why I'm most excited. I love you both. I wish you all the best. I don't have a glass, but here's to Katie and Bruce.
So, when you go through life and you choose a best man, as a man, you're looking for someone who is of high esteem, can guide you through sort of life's drops and highs, and someone who you can really look up to. And all I can say is I heard the guy's name was Loppy. Loopy. I didn't even get Loppy right. Loopy. The guy's name's Loopy. I don't even know what the guy's name is. When I did my background research, there were no G-rated funny stories about Loppy. Loopy. Loopy Loppy. Yeah. I give you Loopy.
Alright guys, yeah, first of all I'd like to say thanks to the bridesmaids and these other two losers over here for helping out today. We didn't really do that much, but yeah, as everyone says, it's good to be part of this wedding. Duke has always been a lovely bloke and very honest. Yeah, what can I say? No one I've ever heard say a bad word about Dudesy in my whole life, so yeah, pretty much sums them both up, really. Now to the stories. I'm a bit worried whether I can say one of them, but anyway, we're going to go with it. So, it might have been after the chicken dinner night. Dudesy was sitting on the couch and we were all sort of standing around there, and we sort of noticed Dudesy was obviously sitting in his jocks like he normally does. We sort of noticed a bit of a sort of above average bulge on top of where it should be. And we were sort of looking at him, yeah, above average, it was fairly big. And anyways, upon questioning what was going on there, he pulled just the top part of his jocks down and out popped what could only be described as a teenage Guy Sebastian's hair. At which stage we sort of said, mate, what's going on here? Like, that's not going to fly, it's going to start picking up. And so his response was, oh, what, you boys trim it, do ya? Like no one else did. So we soon sorted that out. And yeah, probably a lot of memories of Dulza sitting on the bench for thirds, where we used to sit there probably every game until maybe the last 4 minutes, if we were lucky. Mooney would probably put us on for the last 4 minutes. And yeah, got the stage there where Tina would tell us to go for a run and we'd just wave her off, like, nah. We knew we weren't going on, so we sort of just called her off and ate the oranges, and yeah, we're happy with that. Also to Greg, Annette, Karen and Bruce, Dudesy and Katie obviously wouldn't be the people they are without such beautiful parents and honest, and exactly the same as Katie and Dudesy. Brucey fairly stern, and bringing me back to one cricket game. I think we were playing in Stanhope with Gary. And, we got bowled out for probably 100 by a dwarf with 4 fingers. And I think it's actually Geordie Bryant we were out in the field trying to work out whether because there were some from Rochi United, some from Rochi Tigers. We were trying to work out what we should be called, to which Brucey's response was the Rochi Spastics. And yeah, and he called off the Macca's trip on the way home. Yeah, so thanks for that, Brucey. Yeah, we were pathetic. But yeah, so anyway, I love you dudes, mate. As I say, he's same as Case, he's not just a mate, he's a brother, and he always will be, so all the best.
So, brings us to the final speech of the evening. Adam Doolan, now husband Adam Doolan of Katie. Adam's got a sorry guys, being boring. Adam seems to look like a sort of mild-mannered private banker from Geelong, but he's not really. He's got a long history of sort of overzealous behaviour, especially on the football field and the cricket field. And we do hope tonight that we see more of the banker side of him than the guy who would crack the sads pretty quickly in his younger years. But Adam, come and tell us what you've got.
Cheers. Just tonight I'm speaking obviously on behalf of me and my beautiful wife. I took the time during the week to had the whole week off before the wedding, and I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday I sat down and I really took some time to write a really funny speech, and I sort of thought it was pretty intelligent and really witty.
Whack
but
the microphone up just a little bit.
sorry, mate. Yeah, I thought the speech I wrote was really, really funny, and it took a lot of time to write it. But now that I'm a married man tonight, Caitlin's told me what to say.
Don't forget it.
No, firstly, look, I'd just like to thank absolutely everyone for being here tonight. Obviously, if you're in the room today, you've had something to do with both of our lives or one of our lives, and you're a very special person to us. So it's just fantastic to have so many great people in the one room to celebrate this with us today. So thank you very, very much. While we've got that round of applause going, I'd just like a round of applause for the beautiful bridesmaids today. I think we'll all agree that they all look fantastic, and they did get outshone by Caitlin, obviously, but you did do a good job. So, and then on to my three best men down the end there. Just like to really thank you for everything you've done for me. Obviously, there's plenty of other blokes out in the room that could have been up there with me tonight, as well as my two brothers. Would love to have as many as possible, but obviously you've got to cut it somewhere. But yeah, look, all the I missed something there, didn't I? But yeah, no, thanks very much for your speech, Loopy, and yeah, look, really appreciate everything you guys have done for me today and everything else. All the boys who come on the Adelaide Bucks trip, thanks for looking after me, I guess I'd say. I don't know whether to say that, but on to Caitlin's family. I'd just really, really like to thank you very, very much for opening up to me and welcoming me to the family. I guess a few people have sort of touched on. I will admit, the first time I did rock up to the Watsons' house, I did have a little bit of trepidation. You know, me and Watto always got along pretty well at school. You know, I wasn't one that did cop too many sprays, but you know, I did see a couple of the sprays, and then obviously as years went on and sort of started to see Watto in the footy environment, sort of seeing that some of the sprays he gave at school weren't half as bad as the sprays he give on a footy oval. So I guess I did have a little bit of trepidation walking into the house, but they've been fantastic to me, welcomed me with open arms, and yeah, I'm really proud to be part of your family today, and hopefully we can spend many years together. And that then, I guess, also extends out to Caitlin's extended family. It's fantastic to have such a huge family here today. Everyone at the Family Dudes has always made me feel very, very welcome. I guess apart from potentially Nigel Reardon and Robbie Aiken, who still think it's funny to go on that same gag that this is my second crack at the family. It was funny the first time, but we're now sort of 5 years on, and yet it still comes up every Christmas. And now on to my family. I'll start off with my siblings. It's fantastic to have such a great family. Obviously, Maddie and Charlie get along fantastic, and myself and Lisa, having Lisa down in Geelong now, our sort of bond's grown even stronger, which is fantastic. Her and her husband Chris, who we get along with very, very well. And then family life's just sort of taken on this extra thing that I guess, yeah, you never saw coming with Lisa having 2 kids now. It's amazing how tight the family gets and how much me and Caitlin love spending time with their kids. We think of them as our own, and it was fantastic to have Evie a part of it today and see little Tommy there. And It's just so fantastic to be able to spend so much time with you guys managing along. We really, really appreciate everything you do for us, and same with you, Maddie and Charlie. Even though Maddie burned me with a handshake there today, obviously we're not that close. And then on to Mum and Dad. Look, I guess you don't get enough chances to really thank your parents for everything they do, and this is obviously a good format to do that. I really hope that you know, Mum and Dad, how much you mean to me and how thankful I am for everything you've done for me. You gave us kids absolutely every opportunity in life to succeed, and I really hope that I make you proud, and I just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart that everything you've done for me and Caitlin, and hopefully many years to come. And then I'll also do extend that onto my extended family. Obviously, Mum and Dad both come from huge families. As you can see over here, there's heaps of us, and it's just great to be able to have, you know, a day like today and have everyone come along from everywhere. There's people from all over the country, and it's just fantastic to have you here today. So thank you all for coming very much. I guess one special mention there is obviously everyone would agree that the MC is doing a fantastic job tonight. Just a round of applause for the MC. Hamish has definitely been a role model of mine, and it's just fantastic to have him here today. He's a very modest guy, and you know, for him to be able to come today, fly in from I think Chicago this morning, and then fly out to Chicago tomorrow, just shows how good of a guy he is and how much he means to me. So thanks heaps, H, I really appreciate it. And now on to my beautiful wife. I guess I'll just have a show of hands. Who out here in the room believes in love at first sight? Well, I reckon you're full of shit. The very first time I laid eyes on my beautiful wife, it was Year 7 orientation day. Probably 1997 or something like that. And it was actually physical education class, which probably her old man was teaching at the time, potentially. And look, obviously a lot of us and Joey's boys were sticking together, and we didn't know so me and Caitlin didn't go to the same primary school, for those who don't know, and I never knew Caitlin, and yeah, the very first time I laid eyes on her, I look over and here's Caitlin wearing a signed Nathan Buckley jumper. So, you tell me if you can fall in love with a girl like that at first sight. I don't think so. But look, over time, as a lot of people have sort of said in their speeches, and obviously a lot of you guys already know, me and Caitlin become really, really close friends through school. She was definitely probably my best girl mate all the way through school, and we always seemed to be really, really good friends. And this sort of continued all the way through high school, and then also outside of high school. After high school, Caitlin went off to uni in Bendigo, and I stayed around in Rochie, Clayton, working, and I'd go down to Bendigo and catch up with Caitlin, and we'd sort of kept that friendship going all the way through. And then I'll tell my version of the story. Casey sort of stole my thunder a little bit, but yeah, there came a time I was living up in Echuca, and I think Casey, she sort of didn't lead on everything there, but she sort of had given me a bit of a tip off that potentially that Caitlin may be open to the idea of extending our friendship a little further. Which I was obviously very open to, and thought that was fantastic. So Casey sort of said, "Oh, look, how about we organise his tea and I'll bring Caitlin up for the night." And I said, "Oh yeah, that's great." And, so I went all out, as Casey said, and I cooked my signature dish at the time, which was the store-bought chicken and deli salads. And needless to say, Caitlin went neck at the weeds when she said weak at the knees. Weak at the knees when she seen my cooking ability, and here we are today. So No, look, in all seriousness, Caitlin, you're my best friend, you love my life, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you.